For the sides for this UEFA Cup tie, the parquet capacity reduced to 23,000 to comply with ground regulations. That's what's made all the difference. The three foreigners rule means no places in the Celtic side for Englishmen Tony Mowbray and Stuart Slater, with a return for Mike Galloway, who missed Saturday's match against Hearts, and Gary Gillespie for his first start of the season. Darius Dubček is on the bench, and the other non-Scots are Pat Bonner in goal and striker Andy Payton, who hasn't played because of injury since the first leg in Bern. Despite that being his only start of the season before tonight, 7 appearances as substitute have yielded 5 goals. He'll partner Jerry Craney up front. Only 3 full internationals in that young boys lineup: the skipper Martin Weber, midfield man Georg Bregi, and striker Adrian Kuntz. Wearing number 11 is 18-year-old Australian youth international Paul Agostino, and Luca Ippoliti, the Italian-born midfield player, is just 19. The most experienced performer is 35-year-old Georg Bregi, who scored in both World Cup qualifiers for Switzerland against Scotland. And the referee is from Holland, Mr. Jan van Vliet. So the match is underway in front of this rather sparse crowd by European standards. It's capacity all right, but that's only 23,000 tonight because of the ground regulations. And that really has made things rather eerie inside the stadium at the start of this vital European match for Celtic. Remember, playing with numbers on their backs because we're in a European tie. And looking very quickly around to establish the makeup of the Celtic defence in particular. They've moved Mark McNally to right back. There's an offside decision against Kuntz breaking from midfield. But Celtic have Mark McNally wearing 5 but playing at right back. Gary Gillespie and Mike Galloway are in the centre of the defence, and Tom Boyd is back to his international position at left back. So there's been some further reorganisation of the Celtic ranks, switching Pat McGinley here to the left of the midfield. Here's Boyd. Playing it early, but an easy clearance. There's Mark McNally. Forward goes Boyd again. He won't get to that though, ahead of Reich, and it's a goal kick to young boys. Boyd, I'm sure, will be very happy to have this opportunity to play at his more accustomed position at left back. Good challenge again by McNally. Here's Moser. Now interception again. Craney showing good close control. This is Peter Grant. Support coming from Galloway. Celtic sending men forward in numbers. Very well driven by Galloway. Fully 35 yards out. Was treated with respect by Peter Kobal in goal. Well, the reaction, I'm sure, does not reflect anything happening here at Celtic Park, but rather something happening far away in Bulgaria, I suspect. The Celtic supporters erupting all around the stadium. There's certainly nothing to bring that about from the play and evidence here at the moment. There's Boyd. Good run forward by McGinley. Boyd is supporting inside. Payton through the middle. Payton blocks the ball clear. Weber was in the way. This is O'Neill. Fine ball wide for Craney. Almost found O'Neill with the ball into the gap. Chanting around the stadium again, directed towards Celtic's deadly rivals, Rangers. Very confident play there by Weber, the captain. 14 years he's been with young boys of Bern. This is Moser. Now Gillespie. Stay forward. Careless one from Payton. This is Brady. Young boy so dangerous in the break like this. Kuntz going through, and the offside flag was up. But Celtic really do have to beware of those swift breaks by the Swiss. Adrian Kuntz clearly unhappy about that. It must have been a very close decision indeed. It's Mike Galloway. An awkward one there for Weber. Breaks to McGinley. It's a good effort. A dipping volley there from Pat McGinley. He scored 14 times from midfield for Hibs last season. Only 2 so far for Celtic, but this wasn't far away. McNally's header into midfield, it goes for McGinley. Chested down for McStay. Off goes Boyd again, but you'll see how well that's been handled now by the young boys' defence. Here's Payton, and Boyd plays with such strength and energy, Tom Boyd. So much more comfortable in the attacking sense, at any rate, in attack here on the left. And he got a break of the ball there, almost twice, leaning back for the shot. So we're into stoppage time at the end of first half, which has not been satisfactory at all from the Celtic point of view. Brady now striding forward. There's space here for young boys, and that deflection could have been menacing. Is there time for the corner? So here's Adrian Kuntz, who attempted that shot at goal with the corner. And another chance now to send the ball in. And a golden opportunity there for Stroin. What a disaster that might have been for Celtic. Hugo Stroin left on his own inside the area there. The last action of the first half, and what a let-off this is for Celtic. The boos as Celtic depart tell the story. It's been a tense, nervous performance in the first 45 minutes, and Celtic certainly have not been able to flow. Young boys have been very difficult opponents, and this match remains very much in the balance. It's Celtic 0, Young Boys of Bern 0. So the Dutch referee sets it underway for this vital second half, this European tie for Celtic. They didn't have it all their own way by any means in the first half. Indeed, they struggled for long phases of the match with this 3-5-2 formation. Always difficult to settle. The three at the back there, McNally, Gillespie and Galloway. 5 in the middle, O'Neill, McStay, Grant, McGinley and Boyd, with Payton and Craney up front. The Joe Jordan influence perhaps apparent there, because he liked to play 3 at the back as manager of Hearts. Certainly with young boys only playing 2 up front. It's an understandable tactical decision there. Liam Brady now down beside Joe Jordan on the track. Played in there by McStay. The header was by Weber. There's Gillespie getting up again, and inevitably, virtually in Europe, a free kick awarded against the tall man in the box. Gillespie penalised. Here's Galloway coming forward. That's O'Neill. Beautifully cleared there by Rotsetter. And a chance on here for Payton. Good goalkeeping by Cobell. Rotsetter battling hard again. Played out by Weber. Free kick's been given for the tackle by Paul McStay. Well, Peter Cobell was very quick indeed coming off his line to face Andy Payton there. As good a chance as Celtic have had in the match so far. Craney screening the ball from his marker, Stroin. Here's Paul McStay. Weber did well to block the cross. They're under pressure there from O'Neill. This is McStay. Determined defending there by the Swiss. Battling play also by Paul McStay. That's a good cross. And a good chance there for Jerry Craney. The ball is still in play here. Kept in by McGinley for Boyd. Here's Peter Grant. Now Gillespie. Beautifully tackled by Weber. 2 senior citizens on the respective sides there doing well. Moulder on the break. Well read by Galloway. young boys have 3 up there in that move. Here's Jerry Craney. Payton made the run. Pass is just out of reach. Well, that opportunity a moment ago created by the determination of Paul McStay, who battled so hard here to win a series of tackles to get the ball back and whip over a very good cross for Craney, and that glancing header going wide. O'Neill. McStay. Gap to go through, linking with Payton. Moser again is marker, doing a good job. Go through the Peter Grant for Celtic. Watch the ball again. Craney. That's a good turn by Craney. He's held by Stroy. Now that surely was a penalty kick. Well, it may have been the blind side of the referee, but certainly not of the linesman. Hugo Stroy here, guilty and certain of holding Jerry Craney on that turn. That's great play by Craney. Now he's given no chance to go forward. Look at that. A clear penalty kick. Then swinging corner kick, causing problems. And still it won't run for O'Neill. Right away calmly in the end by Brady. Well, Celtic now getting in vocal encouragement. They've been right out of luck there. There's McNally, a looping cross, looking for Gillespie. Way by Stroy. That's Boyd. Now O'Neill. Oh, he strike the face of the Ordubegi. Boyd again, wants possession all the time. Good ball in by McNally. Laid in the air by Stroy. There's Gillespie. Craney. Back to Gillespie. That's Brady back in defence. There's McNally. Rather ambitious perhaps, with some concerted attacking here by Celtic. And from that corner kick, the goalkeeper in trouble clearly, but still no way through as the young boys players pack the defence. Good header by Galloway, but it's picked up by Bauman. Looking up there from Inley. Here's Brady. Danger on now for Celtic. That's a fine pass. Agostino has Moser free in the middle. There's Moser. And the ball bouncing clear there from Pat Bonner. Kuntz had a chance. He clearly didn't expect it. But what a fine move it was. Agostino it was out on the right there. Moser had all the space in the world where the ball was whipped in. And that could so easily have been the stunning goal for young boys. Moser on his own, waiting in the middle, and Bonner appeared to do well initially, then robbed it, and Kuntz really should have scored. Agostino did all the damage though with that run on the right. John Boyd with this corner kick. The pace of the match has certainly increased dramatically in the last 5 minutes. McStay. Well, still to open his account for the season. Missed a great chance against Rangers last week, and this certainly was by no means easy, but he would have expected, I think, to hit the target. And enough time to take a touch there, but chose to drive the ball. Well, he's been working tirelessly in midfield, Paul McStay, trying to open up this young boys' defence. Celtic have in reserve Gordon Morrison, the goalkeeper. Check, Barry Smith. Two strikers, Frank McAvinnie and Charlie Nicholas, neither of whom are fully fit, I think. There's Kuntz with a shooting chance. A great save by Bonner. That might keep Celtic in Europe. Encouragement there for McNally from Galloway. Good play by Kuntz and a fine save by Pat Bonner. Inside is Kuntz. Boyd is strong enough there to hold off Agostino. There's a huge gap to race into ahead. Assessing all the options around, but choosing to go into that gap. It's a good cross. There's Craney. Now Payton. And is denied by the post. Well, Andy Payton can't believe that. He remains so calm inside all that mayhem. Tom Boyd did all the good work there. Trainee's header. There was Payton. You see him staying up, trying to prod that away from the keeper. Trainee. It's Stroin. The wrestling goes on. Stroin is penalised, and that time I have to confess I had more sympathy with him. Kenny backing in, standing his ground, making life difficult for the defender. Deliver this free kick. And it's scrambled off the line. There's the overhead effort now. In goes Gillespie, or O'Neill rather. Back with Galloway. There's Payton. McStay brings it down, tries a snapshot. Well, worth the effort that from Paul McStay. Well, Celtic again coming so close. The free kick from Charlie Nicholas right over to the far post. Challenge in there, sending it right into the danger area where Rodsetter did just enough to scramble the ball away. Played long by McNally. Weber on the end of it again. Politi. Weber. Breaks from Kuntz. Galloway. McNally up the line for O'Neill. That's good play from Celtic. Here's McStay. Back to O'Neill. Promising build-up. McStay has it again. Into the gap it goes for Nicholas. Now Craney. The best move of the match from Celtic. What a finish that would have been. Brilliant build-up play, a succession of passes all the way up the right flank. Then McStay to Nicholas, back there to Craney, and the shot goes high. Payton's header. That's Craney. Nicholas. Weber was in the way. Back with Grant. And this is Boyd. Could be the last attack of the 90 minutes. Checks inside. Nicholas. And once again, it's off the post. Nicholas can't believe it. Good play again from Tom Boyd, checking inside. He spotted Nicholas. Look at this for first touch control. Then the shot, and off the outside of the post. Another chance there for Boyd coming forward. Brady in trouble, and the final whistle goes. We're facing extra time now. The Dutch referee indicating that we'll have 30 minutes of extra time. A change made by Celtic for the start of extra time. Darius Dubček has come on, and it looks as though he has replaced Gary Gillespie. So the Dutch referee prepares to take us into extra time. Remember the possibility of penalty kicks to come if the sides can't find the net in this 30-minute period. Agostino. Good change of pace. They were carrying the ball, allowing Galloway to make that tackle. Baumann. Politi. Baumann again. Hasn't been seen much in a creative role in the match, so that's a good pass. Agostino. And great positioning there by Pat Bonner. Made that look so easy, and Agostino appears to have damaged the muscle there. Boyd to McStay. Here's Dubček. Swiss quite content to allow the Celtic back three to have possession again. I'm sure they're well aware of Dubček's shooting power, mind you, when he comes near their box. Stroin again, leading in with that tackle on Craney. Tackle came from Ippoliti, and the result is a corner kick to Celtic. Ippoliti was complaining there to the linesman. That's awkward. It's off the underside of the bar from Craney. And still it will not go for Celtic. Jerry Craney coming in the far post. Goalkeeper was stranded. There's Galloway. Ippoliti has possession again for young boys. Controlling it well for Brady. Rodsetter giving that straight to Paul McStay. Here's Craney, the unlucky man again. Stroin to the cross. Careless one once more. The same player. Rotsetter. Here's Charlie Nicholas. Into the gap it goes for Payton. It's an own goal. What a way to win the match. The own goal. Bowman and Weber went for that together. Charlie Nicholas with the pass was very inventive, this ball. Played inside with Bowman, who tried to stop this going to Payton and played it beyond his goalkeeper. Wow, what a disaster for Cobell. Celtic are in front in the unlikeliest fashion. Charlie Nicholas with that magnificent pass, and Bowman turning it behind Cobell. By Rotsetter, there's Paul McStay. No offside this time. Payton gives chase, but keeper Cobell gets there first. Turns over the play. Still left play by the front men to stay onside. So we're into the final minute of extra time. There will be a little bit of injury time. It's helped on there by Payton for Craney. Brzezinski. Peter Grant takes over, leading the charge now. And lashed away by Rotsetter. There's O'Neill. McStay. Possession's the name of the game now for Celtic. Taking on Weber to the byline. Happy to go to the corner flag. And the linesman's flag has been lost in that little joust. Throw goes to Celtic. Looking good now for Celtic. Given a free kick for the attentions of Weber on McStay. And Nicholas comes across. Referee checking his watch. Now don't be too surprised here if Charlie Nicholas, who's going to get a lecture from the referee. Don't be surprised if Nicholas plays this behind the goal. Well, keeping it at the corner flag. That's the other way to take some time over. Right over to the far side it goes. That's out of play, quite deliberately. Allows Celtic to regroup on the centre line to face any counter-attack. Wouldn't risk a ball played into the area to be headed clear. And it's now looking safe for Celtic. We're past the half hour of extra time mark now. It's injury and stoppage time. The referee is adding on. There can't be much of that. All eyes now on the Dutch referee. And the final whistle goes. Celtic have made it. The invention there displayed by Charlie Nicholas in extra time has won the tie for Celtic. It's been very difficult all night. But look at the way he won this game. There was Paul McStay playing it inside. Now Nicholas has Payton ahead. Tries to play that delightful ball inside Bowman. And it's new. His goalkeeper, but what a great pass it was from Nicholas. Celtic hit the post on 2 occasions. Andy Payton. There should have been a penalty kick for a foul by Stroin on Craney. There appeared to be no luck at all for Celtic all night until that closing moment in extra time when Charlie Nicholas's creative pass won the match for Celtic. It's Celtic 1, Young Boys of Bern there.
Liam, it all turned right for you in the end, but how do you feel about the overall performance?
Well, forget about the first 45 minutes. I think we struggled badly. Our nerves got to us. Thankfully, second half they came out and they were a bit like they can be, and they got about the Swiss team. They made chance after chance after chance. And finally we got the break in the end with a bit of inspiration for Charlie Nicholas.
What was the approach beforehand? Because your tactics were different for tonight's match.
Yeah, well, we had to shuffle things about with three non-Scots. We were limited there. We were limited with injuries. McAvenny, Payton and Creaney playing not really in condition. Nicholas has come on. He's still feeling his ribs, but we had to put him on to try and open them up. So we decided to play 3 at the back and push people on, especially Tom Boyd. And I thought he did that very, very well tonight.
It took a long time, though, to start opening up the Swiss defence. Did you have the feeling it was never going to happen for you?
Oh, I thought second half, once we began to apply the pressure we can, and we were very, very unlucky. The woodwork stopped us from scoring at least 3 times, and I thought we should have had a penalty when Creaney was brought down, and there was one cleared off the line with Boyd. So you think, well, it might go to penalties. Joe and I were working out who we were going to have as our penalty kickers because we made so many changes during the game. And as I say, a bit of inspiration from Nicholas, good ball inside for Peyton, and the lad was in 2 minds, and he poked it into the net.
You mentioned nerves at the start, and it certainly looked to be a nervous first half performance. Is this a very important victory, do you think, for the Celtic season?
Well, we wait and see. You need a bit of luck in football. We haven't been having it. I'm loath to say we got it tonight because we got what we deserved tonight. We deserved to win, but we had a little bit of luck as well to get us through.
Well done indeed. Thanks very much, Dean. Super.
So good.